Yo guys, your boy ChronoZYT, and I'm here with another video. This one's gonna be done solely audio, and it's my second video on boxing. And the question is, has CHRIS EUBANK Jr. improved? This video is more of like a review on CHRIS EUBANK's win over Degale. Was it a legit win, or was it just the destruction of a fighter who is over the hill? Reason why I say this now is because my predictions for the fight were: first prediction, Degale would win on points by outboxing him, but only if he still has the gas in the tank, because his boxing is far superior and he can take whatever punches Eubank could deliver, as in power wise. I mean, if Groves did, I was more than convinced Degale would be able to take those shots. My second prediction was CHRIS EUBANK actually stops Degale, and the reason why I went with this was because of how well CHRIS EUBANK does with fighters who stay on the ropes. And I was going off what Degale did in the first CHRIS fight, where he stayed on the ropes and was getting, to be honest, a beating from CHRIS. If he does the same thing in the Eubank fight, he would just get a worse beating, and yeah, it just gets teared up. And obviously from Degale getting like worn down in loads of other fights that he's boxed in, it wouldn't surprise me, because, you know, if he doesn't perform, it would be from the fights with people such as Badou Jack, you know, and he's also been like recently known to lay on the ropes, and that's like CHRIS EUBANK's forte with fighters, if they just stay on the ropes and let him tag off on them. So yeah, done with the predictions, that's out of the way. The fight went surprisingly a way I could have seen it going, but not in the fashion how I would have liked it to. I did believe if Degale wasn't the same as he was when he fought against Badou Jack, he would probably lose to Eubank. Because you have to think, with Eubank obviously losing twice at world level, this is probably his last opportunity to become world level. So you know Eubank would be trying his best not to choke and win, especially because Degale, you know, who he's always wanted to fight for with years, obviously he's going to be motivated by that. So CHRIS did more than he did against Groves and Billy Joe, obviously, considering he wanted this fight for years. I was more confident that he would actually not freeze up as he did with the others. But the question again is, did he do any more? Did he improve? Did he show that he's a better fighter than he was before, you know, when he lost with Groves or Billy Joe? Because in between both of the Groves and Billy Joe fight, in my opinion, he didn't really change that much. So, and I have to say the same thing after the Degale fight. I think he hasn't improved. He's done the exact same approach he's always done forward, and the only difference was with Degale, he actually made it kind of easier for CHRIS EUBANK by lunging in at times, and he would literally go into CHRIS EUBANK's lead right hand. It got me a surprise at the beginning, because I thought like CHRIS EUBANK might have been looking at that as a habit of Degale's, you know, and actually just catching his faults. But to be fair, like, it looked like Degale was just doing it continuously, not even realizing he just wasn't good with his feet. He wasn't there. I think he was just literally smashing into Eubank's right hand. So it was more like of Degale's undoing than CHRIS EUBANK's genius or plan. I don't think it was actually his plan to be countering Degale while he was lunging in. And that just also furthers, it also convinces me more that, you know, Eubank wasn't showing any difference in the way he was boxing against him. And, you know, the only thing he really did was let go his hands. And we all know that CHRIS EUBANK has like world-class combinations, and it's one of his best assets, you know. So it proves CHRIS isn't shit, but I've never really gotten in with the bandwagon of him being a shit fighter anyway. I just think he's capped himself off. And what I mean by that is, like, he's limited himself by not getting any help from anyone else, not learning anything new from someone else, just literally training himself, not training with trainers, not actually, you know, trying to change things or try to tweak things. He just does the same thing all the time. So, like, you know, it was always just under world level. So yeah, that's just how he's always been, in my opinion. Which is far from being a shit fighter. Now on to the positives, because yeah, this is a CHRIS EUBANK video, and I don't want to just be going on him negatively. I try to come off with, you know, a really neutral opinion, and here are the positives. Now, when we look at the positives, he seemed to be more engaged in between rounds with his new trainer. Bear in mind, it didn't look like he was doing that much, but he actually listened and he seemed to respond to what his trainer was asking from him. And I can only see this as a plus for Eubank in his quest to prove he's world class, especially now that he's got the opportunity again with a world title belt around his waist. He needs someone to tell him what's not working and what is working in an actual fight, if he's losing, if he's winning in an actual fight, and if he's freezing or not. Because, you know, he seems to have this persona of being really arrogant, ignorant, and delusional at points, because he just always thinks he's doing a great job. And it's great that now he's listening to his trainer, because his trainer can tell him if he's doing one or not. If he's fucking just freezing, you freaking wake up. And in my opinion, that would make CHRIS EUBANK a more dominant force in his attacking and tactically better with technical long-range boxers, which he seemed to always lose with, apart from Degale. If he has someone telling him what to do, I just think it will be the best for him, and it would also make him a evolved fighter and ascend from where he's capped himself off. To have someone as a trainer that's actually telling him what to do is also a great thing. Hopefully now he's at the gym and he's going to learn things, listen to someone, train differently, not just train the way he thinks he needs to train. Have someone else look at him and tell him what he needs to do better, what he needs to do for this fighter and that fighter and everything, not just coming in doing the same thing, because not every fighter is the same. And a trainer would know that, and a trainer would be an asset for him, because then it can actually tell him what he needs to do for certain fights, and will give him a much more advantage in fighting against, especially when it comes down to world level class fighters, what he does to get the better hand over certain world class fighters, because it comes down to those type of margins. Now, the other thing I also got to mention with him, which I thought was a positive, was his jabs was very good in this fight. It really helped him, I believe, measure and controlled the fight more, and it made him look like the more dominant guy and made it look like he was clearly winning, despite obviously the knockdowns and the Russian combinations, which really, you know, shook up Degale and made it look like Degale was about to get KO'd any second. So yeah, that's all the positives I've got in that. And now just a little bit on Degale. I think for Degale right now, it's pretty much solidified the end of his boxing career. And to be fair, he's never been KO'd, which is good. He's never been stopped, and he's achieved so much. So he shouldn't hang his head in shame or anything. He should have his head held up high and just hang up the gloves for good. And I hope all the best for him in the future. So yeah, guys, that's it for this video. Hit me up in the comment section below what you think of CHRIS EUBANK. Has he improved? Does he look like he's ready for world level fights? And can he actually be a dominant force of the super middleweight division? Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace.